Quick break to talk about our voicemail. Guys, we want to hear what you have to say. Our voicemail is up and running 707-780-2HIT. That's 707-780-2448.
707-780-2 hits.
This is hot garbage.
This sounds like shit. No one's gonna buy that.
Is it a hit?
Welcome to another episode of Is It a Hit, where you, the listener, can join us on our mission, our exploration, our quest for that next big number one single. I'm your host, Max. I'm joined by my co-host, Pat.
Oh.
And, as always, up in the first chair for his middle school marching band, the headliner, the man all you parents came here to see, Nasty Nathan Sharp.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Feel those claps.
Seventh graders.
Oh, yeah.
I fought the eighth graders. I fought the trumpeters. I fought the tuba players. I fought the clarinet kids. Those weenie little clarinet kids. I fought them all. I've taken all the first chairs and I've stacked them. I've stacked them up high, and now I'm on my throne. This is middle school band.
What about tromboners?
This is the Lord of the Flies. Those tromboners are on their own, baby. They answer to me now.
So back in middle school, Nate had all the motivation he needed to stack those chairs sky high in the middle of that gymnasium. There was nothing that was going to stop Nate. He knew what his goal was. But now, late in life, midlife crisis, we'll call it, he needs his motivation. And that's what Pat and I are here to do. We're here to talk. We're here to give him that motivation to beat little Timmy Simmons in first chair for cornet. And we are here to make sure that he knows what his goals are and how to make those hits. Where we inspire, Nate creates, and then we all decide, is it a hit?
Oh, yeah, baby. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Into it.
We
Let's
are
get
here. We are hot. We are ready to go for this week. And boy, are we excited. Pat, are you excited? I'm really excited.
Listen to the excitement in my voice. It's moderate. I'm ready. I am, not too high, not too low. That's what I always say. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Just be right in the middle, almost have zero affect. That's what I've always said. Nate's biggest hit, almost zero affect. He was talk singing, right? That's why I'm trying to come in just the same way. I want people to lean in and be like, "What's he going to do? Is he going to get real loud? Is he going to get real quiet? What's this? Is he going to have a joke?" No, just saying hi, just starting off. I'm level headed. I'm ready. When things need to happen, I'll be there. I'm behind you, Nate. You can make this happen. Let's inspire you. Let's get you all filled up with inspiration, and then let's light that fire, baby. 'Cause that's how it works. I think. I don't know.
You got me inspired, Pat. What you really did, you made me think about last night I was watching Star Trek, The Next Generation. And let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone on that show they are actors and they are actresses. They're emoting. They're really using diction. They're using hand motions. I am a human.
Yeah, one of them's a robot.
I'm a robot. I don't understand. And everything.
I'm bald.
With power, with that kind of, there's two types of acting. There's acting, they say, oh, if it's really good acting, you don't even notice it's there. Well, poppycock. Good acting, you see.
Okay.
Good acting, you can feel. It's an actor. She is an actress, and she is sad. She is angry. She is emoting. That's what people want.
So you're doing the other thing. I'm coming in even keel, and you want to go.
No, but you're acting. You're acting like you're even keel. I notice you're even keel.
Oh, okay.
That's the important thing. If your even keel was quote unquote good acting, I wouldn't even notice it's there. I notice your affect, your diction. I'm impressed.
You're impressed with my lack of affect? That's good. I'm very happy that I could do that for you. Although I'm sure there's some people listening and they're like, what do you mean lack of affect? This guy talks through his nose. This guy's the most Midwestern dude I've ever heard. And I do say oop all the time, so gotta give him that.
Get a cup of gravy.
Yeah, I drink gravy. Just, when you can't get to sleep. Sometimes you can't sleep at night. And I've heard other people say they drink a warm glass of milk, and that's just never how it's been in my family. It's always been a warm glass of gravy. And it's just, it's an easy way to get to sleep. But yeah, Midwestern through and through. If you need me to heat up a nice cup of gravy for you, I'm there for you. Come over, say, hey, neighbor, I need a cup of Joe. And I'll be like, gravy? And you'll be like, yeah. And I'll give you the gravy because I had it on hand.
What did you think I meant?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, of course. So always offering people gravy. It's a very Midwestern feel, Rust Belt style. Here's your gravy.
You think that's what people mean when they say the salt of the earth? Is that gravy?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's you're making sure that whatever you're dousing with that gravy has something of value. That's what salt of the earth is, right? You're just making sure that whatever you're eating has something there to offer you, whether you're covering something that would have been healthy or you're trying to cover up some, tepid meat that maybe you left in your driveway after some Blue Apron mishaps. Gravy's the way to go, baby.
Speaking of gravy, last week's episode was good as gravy. And by good as gravy, I mean mediocre. It was last week's
sour as piss.
Sour, yeah, it was good as sour gravy. Yes, that's what I meant. It was an experience because we were all taken on a ride, and the role we were playing was the role of someone who was the victim of a charlatan, someone who was being sold snake oil, a remedy to cure all that ills, but we were given a bottle of piss.
Piss.
And it was I felt duped.
Yeah.
I'm angry.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little trapped about it. But we're gonna get over it.
Yeah.
Because I'm glad that Nate's back. I'm glad he didn't skip town. Glad he didn't take the 412 to Pittsburgh. I'm glad he's still here. And we're ready to make more hits. And I hope it's better than last week. I hope I don't get duped again.
Mm-hmm.
My portfolio can't really take the hit. Right. But 4 cases of urology set me back six figures or so. But I felt great for a little bit. Till the end of the song. Like
when you bought it before you knew what it was. Yeah. You're like, I'm going to change my life. This is good. Yeah. No, that wasn't great. It's a real shame because there's these ups and these downs where, Nathan can come out with these songs like, Piss or, Shine or Blood, all these other, if it's a human, if it's some type of bodily function liquid, so far it's been 100% not a hit, right? So we want to keep these hits going, and we want to see if we can get some back-to-back hits. We just haven't had them yet, right? Obviously, the Stan Bush song, that was pretty good. Or sorry, Frank Stallone song, the Montage song, that was a hit. We had
Tony.
What was the other one? We had Tony. How could I forget Tony? Obviously, smash hit. We had deep love for it. So we just want to get back on track. We want to give him all the things he needs to make these hits, because everybody knows hits are just a matter of time, right? It's just you got to keep swinging until you hit the big leagues, and that's how they get into the Major League Baseball. There, they just kids start in the street playing stickball in the 30s, and then they graduate into the major leagues, and that's how baseball works. You just keep swinging until you're in the big leagues, baby, and that's what we're doing here.
Keep swinging until you get to the big leagues. That's a Michael Jordan quote, right?
Yeah, and he lived that dream. A lot of people think that basketball was winning all those championships, bringing back that Hitler mustache. A lot of people thought that was his, magnum opus, but he just wanted to play baseball, and he did that for a while poorly, and that's all he wanted to do. Good for him.
At least he tried. He got further than I ever got. I never got past T-ball. Swear that it was just honestly, T-ball was frustrating for me because kept swinging, kept hitting the tee, and I remember I just dropped my bat and walked off. Very first practice, T-ball.
Yeah.
Just couldn't take it. Couldn't take the adversity. Boy, look where it's gotten me.
I remember so many times whether I was waiting to get up to bat or waiting in the outfield for the things to be over. I just remember playing most forms of baseball as a child, wondering, how is this called a sport? Like, I'd just be standing for hours or sitting for hours. And I would it was only really a sport if someone made a mistake, right? Like if somebody, the pitcher accidentally threw a good ball to the kid. And then all of a sudden it's a sport. All of a sudden kids are running around doinking their heads on on each other's heads and throwing the ball there. I don't know how baseball works. I clearly didn't enjoy it, but what a boring sport.
Yeah, baseball. That's the one with the sticks, right?
Yeah, they carry devil sticks. They carry one at a time. One big devil stick, and they hit the ball with hacky stick.
I was thinking of devil sticks. I played devil sticks when I was a kid. I couldn't take the first practice. I had to leave. It was just sitting there, and I couldn't even get it on the sticks. It just wasn't even moving.
Right.
He was helpful. I just kept hitting it.
Well, you actually did everything exactly right. So as you got together to do your team devil sticking, when you made the decision to leave without making eye contact with anybody, some coach grabbed his son and he said, "See that? We did what we set out to do. That kid's going to go into his basement and never talk to another human again until he has to." And that's what devil sticking's all about. It's being socially isolated even when there isn't a pandemic. So you did the right thing. You were doing it right.
Yeah, I forgot we got some serious blowback from Big Devil Stick on that episode, but we're crawling out of the hole. They've left us alone. All the licenses have been dropped. So,
hey, Big Devil Stick. Big Devil Stick. You know what? This is a free country, okay? This is about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I love devil sticks. Don't make me your enemy because I love devil sticks. Okay, it hurts to be on the wrong end of Big Devil Stick. I don't like it. And our lawyers have said we shouldn't talk too much about it, so I'll leave it at that. But I've always been a opponent for devil sticks, and to be on this side of it after that sham, it's sad. So yeah. I put the blame solely on Nasty Nathan Sharp's shoulders.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Listen, Pat, I don't think you can blame me. All I am a product of the process. You understand? Your process begets my creative output. I'm just a machine. The machine is programmed the same way every time. There's an algorithm here. You plug in whatever you morons talk about. You're esteemed people. I shouldn't call you morons. Listen, and I filter it. I filter it through the algorithm, and sometimes I cook a meal, and sometimes I piss out a bottle of good liquid, and you get what you get, huh?
Yeah. We know we're here, right, to try to correct you and try to give you the right guidance. And the big thing here is we got to get past this devil stick controversy, and then we got to get back into swinging, right?
That's
we got to
right.
swing.
We got to swing because you have your finger on the pulse of the people. You're tastemakers. I know that.
Sure.
You have delectable taste. You have
Blue Apron.
Blue Apron. You have impeccable mental fortitude. You have it all. You have it all. And from your minds, I think we can squeeze out lemons, and I think we can make a delicious glass of orange juice. That is the next chart-topping hit that crushes America for the power and the glory of the Soviet Union.
Oh boy.
Sure, yeah.
Speaking
Borgov,
of switcheroos, there's another one.
Borgov needs adulation.
Well, there's only one way to get it,
For the
and
people.
that's to make the next big hit.
Got to make the next.
that's what we gotta be doing.
If we're gonna.
All right. Should we get to it?
Let's
get to it.
All right. So I re-listened to a handful of episodes, and I listened to some feedback from Nate about what he needs to make that hit. And he made it clear that just talking about bands we like is not going to get it done. Case in point, last episode, we talked a lot about Peter Gabriel,
Love
Phil
him.
Collins, D'Angelo.
Love him. Love him.
Nate brought out a throwaway line about urinating on his own leg, and that's what his song was about. And I like. So we need to do a better job at getting him what he needs. So I think we're going to take a step back from that this week. We're not going to talk about the bands we like. What I want to do is I want to make sure that we get into the psyche of the people. We want to let the people also know what makes us tick. So, Pat, what is the fact about yourself that you'd be embarrassed if people found out?
What would I be embarrassed if people found out?
Because we talked a little bit about last week about fears.
Yeah.
Fears work a little bit differently because those are present. Those are things that you have that connection with the feeling of a situation you've been in before, or something that you can envision happening, where there's a little bit more known to it than this one, because this one is something that you're keeping from people, but not too. We don't want to get too far into the embarrassment here. Something amusing about yourself that people would be that you'd be embarrassed if people found out. Not too embarrassed though. I guess that doing your job, just like a little bit embarrassed. Not that many people know.
I like how many qualifiers you're putting in here. This is Max being like, don't tell us the most embarrassing thing you do. My God, dial it in. Please don't tell us the things you do in private. Oh my God. And I will tell you some things I do that I'm not super proud of, but I still do. And I talked about it recently, but the idea that I really do enjoy getting on YouTube and watching like a 40-minute video on like the lore of some stupid sci-fi thing, and I'll just watch the entire thing. I won't even read the books. I watched an entire thing I read the first Dune book and I hated it. I just didn't understand why anyone would enjoy it. And then today, like before we started recording, I literally watched a 20-minute breakdown video on the God Emperor of Dune, and turns out he becomes a half worm man and then lives for thousands of years.
Pat, no spoilers. No spoilers.
I don't care if you like Dune.
I've been meaning to read Dune for so long. I made 5 CDs into like a 20 CD audio book of it. I've got to the point where the big guy in the suspenders, like, I don't know what
the anti-grav suspenders?
Yeah, he's got the anti-grav suspenders. How cool is that?
He's so fat he needs like repulsor drives to move.
It's like Wally. Just like Wally.
That's right. No, I will. We don't have to specifically do Dune here, but Dune sucks, and I was right to hate it. And the lore is garbage. But like, I'll watch lore videos on things that I won't participate in. Right? Like I've watched Warhammer lore videos. I'm never ever going to play that game. It's like a tabletop board game. Never going to do it. But they have rich, deep lore, and I'm such a nerd that I can't not do it. Like, if someone caught me, they'd be like, "Do you play that game?" I'd be like, "No, I'm just want to know about the dark elves. Don't you understand?" So, and I'll just watch huge videos, long videos videos that would be like the length of like a sitcom. You know, people have. I don't have TV, so I no longer have like guilty pleasure TV. I have guilty pleasure YouTube, and that's my guilty pleasure. It's really not cool. It's one of the least cool things I do, and most of my life is uncool. So, yeah.
You feel better, Pat?
Yeah, my chest feels like a weight has been lifted. I'm like the reverse of that guy from the Crucible, right? Less weight.
Oh, just because that scarlet letter isn't written on his chest anymore? That's what it is, right?
Same book. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's great, Pat. I don't got anything. I just wanted to know.
Tell us an embarrassing fact.
Yeah.
There you go. Is this what you needed, Nate? Can you write a song about Dune lore or Warhammer lore? Is this getting us closer to $1 million? Golden records, baby.
Listen, they're making a new Dune movie. I know they need a soundtrack.
Yeah.
I've tried to make movie soundtrack songs for all sorts of films. Your James Bonds, your Hobbits, your The Hobbits 2, all of them.
Electric Boogaloo.
Almost every movie. And I keep on getting these rejection letters, if I'm lucky, saying this, this isn't.
Don't call us again.
Don't call us again. This is a PG movie. You're including a little bit. What are you trying to sell me? What's this? What's this? You rub all over your body? It's piss? No. Here's the thing. I desperately want to get in on the next wave of hot literature making its way to the silver screen. Whether that's your Dunes, your what
Twilight,
into your Twilights, yeah. So
Hunger Games,
books, Hunger Games. Let's
Grey's
find
Anatomy.
out.
No, that's not what it was called. What was the one about the guy? I think his name is Grey. It's BDSM stuff. What's that?
50 Shades of Grey.
That's Falling Grey. 50 Shades of Grey, yeah.
50 Shades of Grey. There it is.
Yeah. You want to be the next Tolkien, I get it. No, you want to make music for the next Tolkien.
Right. My goal, my goal is to be John Williams. And if I can't be John Williams,
God, yeah.
I am going to be Stan Bush.
And if you can't be Stan Bush, you'll be Frank Stallone. God damn it!
I will be Frank Stallone. Listen, Sly's
You
looking
guessed
out
it.
for Frank. If Sly looks out for me like he looks out for Frank, I got good things in my future.
I don't think he cares about you at all. I know you, and I very, very, very lowly care for you. But
I am Frank
That's not
Stallone
true.
adjacent, sir.
I'm just kidding.
You watch
I'm just
your
kidding.
mouth.
I'm just kidding.
Pat, if anyone's the Frank Stallone of this group, it's you.
Hell yeah! If I
well,
could say the word. All right.
Frank Stallone. I was joking earlier. I didn't want to leave you hanging there. I thought about this beforehand. I don't know what made me think this, but it's a little bit adjacent to yours. Talking about YouTube. So, embarrassing thing about me. For a short period of time in college, because of YouTube and because of my malleable sensibilities, I, for a short period of time, was a 9/11 truther.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You got down the rabbit hole. How did it happen? What was the thing that sucked you in?
I think the thing that has always, for a while, I was very interested in 9/11 because the way that I learned about it was I happened to, because obviously the timing that it happened, I learned about it in the hallways in high school. And then the two or so teachers that I had in class during when this was all happening refused to show it during class. So I didn't know what happened until it was done.
Wow.
And so I think I had this fascination with like seeing it happen live and just like trying to like, watch it like end to end, being like, okay, this is what happened. I kind of have a little bit of like closure on my end because it's like this affected everyone in different ways, but I didn't have that shared experience with everyone. So I think I was a little bit lacking there. And then probably around 2005 or so, I, stumbled across a little video called Loose Change, and, just started sowing doubt in my mind about, what really caused this incredibly orchestrated attack. And, we won't get into it fully, but, for a while I was just like, oh man, I think this was an inside job. But go ahead.
How did you get pulled out?
I think I just for a while there, I didn't think about. I think this is what made me think about it recently. I thought about a friend of mine I had in high school and college, and I was like, man, why did I not stop talking to those people or like that group of friends? And I think it was because I like hinted that this is what I believed. And I think that's why they didn't talk to me anymore. It came to me recently. I was like, holy shit, maybe that's why I didn't. And it wasn't a long period. It was maybe like a couple months. And I wasn't like that brazen about it either. It was just like, I might have just like IM'd a friend asking about it. And his was just like, yeah, it was like a national tragedy. It happened. It's right there. And I was just like, but man, what if it was an inside job? And I think what brought me out was getting in with our, group of friends that we have now, just like having other things to care about. Like I didn't ever fully immerse myself in it where it was like, guys, I need to tell everyone, I need to make sure the whole world knows this. I got to spread this. I got to like this. I got to share this on the Facebook, because Facebook was pretty infantile back then. Well, it is now, but you know what I mean? Pretty
yeah, it's more than ever.
Yeah, but it was, it was in its infancy where it was just, you couldn't really like use it the way you do to disseminate knowledge. It was more just like, oh man, is that person in a relationship? They are. Oh crap, I'm not going to friend them. But having a group of friends that I think that you trust, that you get in with, and that makes you feel more comfortable about yourself. I think you're not looking for that kind of like closure elsewhere, or that. Yeah. Filling that void. And it was, I think I went from like, it wasn't like super intense like people now are, but it was still like something I thought I believed in. And then I think I went from that to just like caring about something else and then just not thinking about it. And then I think I just got wiser and just being like, this isn't a rabbit hole I really want to explore very much further. Accept it for how it was presented in real time, and
it's funny.
On with my day.
It's basically the way you described you going through like the 9/11 truther, like that going through that whole pattern. You basically described my fandom of the X-Files, where I started. I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, maybe. And I got into them deeper and deeper and deeper. And I was alive for the peak of the X-Files. This is when X-Files was out on Friday night, baby. And I was watching them. I was loving them. I was scared and I was happy and I was like invested. And then it just kind of got too big. It got bloated. And then I just kind of eventually was like, I don't know if it was as good as I thought. And I just let it go and let it die. And that's basically what happened to you.
I was in the same way. I was in the same way with the fandom of Dragon Ball Z. I would go on and I'd look at people. And people would say like, "Oh well, Vegeta's power level was 9,000 here, but then went up to 11,000." And then they were trying to count. Once they stopped using the power level meters, they were trying to calculate the power levels of like Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and really getting into it. We're talking. And for anyone that's not aware of Dragon Ball Z, aside from the fact that everyone looks like they're on fire and they're constipated, basically the power creeps along, so everyone's consistently more and more powerful forever. And it's still going, and it's great. But when you try to bring logic into it,
the premise hasn't changed at all.
The premise has not changed one bit. But anyway, so yes, I have gotten in that same boat of trying. When people become hardcore fans of something, they try to justify it. Here's what they do: they justify everything that happens, and then they will simultaneously diarrhea over everything that happens. It's like the yin and the yang of the super fan.
Well, I would say that's the same thing about like conspiracy theories too, right? Where it's like these guys are like questioning everything. They're like, well, what about this? Huh? And about this? Huh? And it's like they question everything, and that's the right way to do things, but they don't question their own wild belief. They don't have any like reverse. They don't have a mirror to look into and be like, well, what about your crazy nonsense? Why aren't you giving that the same critical eye? But everything else gets a critical eye, but that. That's and you're totally right. You're the anime fandom. That's exactly what conspiracy theories are now. It's just instead of being like, no, Goku's the strongest, people are like, no, America's a corporation. And it's the exact same garbage. It's just like one's made up and is a cartoon and the other's made up and Karen believes it.
I think it's just that those Pokemon trainers and those they've all grown up into people with jobs, so it just goes with them. And then there's probably something going on right now in high school that we don't know about, that they're just. Let's get on the message board now, guys. Let's do some recon. Let's find out what are the kids conspiracy theorying about, and figure out how we can get those people to buy our records. That's what we should do.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah,
marketing. Young adult
Marketing.
Fiction.
Okay, well here's
a new book.
All right. I do have finger on the pulse of the people. Conspiracy theories, they are hot right now. So if we can get on the right conspiracy theory and exploit those people, they're already being exploited, right? They already believe garbage. Why wouldn't they listen to garbage? Do you see what I'm saying? There's an opportunity here.
Pat, I'm on the message boards right now. Okay, the kids these days, they're reading Sue Grafton. That's weird. All right, there it is, guys. Sue Grafton.
T is for teen.
A is for angst.
So yeah, I just think that's a good group to exploit.
That's a great. All right, so here's what we have. We have your teen angst / your teen pop culture, because we're really trying. They have the disposable income here. They're going to get their favorite books onto the silver screen, and they're going to buy all the music. They buy music, right? These teens. I think that's the way it goes. They at least TikTok it. And then we have our what do you call it? Your conspiracy theories, and we can just jam those. Yeah, like Percy and the Lightning Strikers, or whatever that stupid garbage was. What if he did a 9/11?
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
All right, well,
mate, you mean that one?
That one. All right.
I
think we can mash all this together.
Were you saying, what if Percy Jackson did a 9/11?
Let's put that out.
Well, the funniest thing we've said all night.
We're not cutting that out. But no, I thought that's what you were saying as I stepped in. And I'm like, oh, God, I got to go back to that.
What's the most...
don't highlight it. No.
What's the most palatable of the conspiracy theories? I got to think it's flat Earth, right? That's got to be the most palatable, least offensive, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody from flat Earth done anything but kill themselves. That's what I'm saying.
I think we're just gonna probably some of those comic guys, because like Heaven's Gate, that's getting some new traction because there's a new documentary out. But you guys remember Heaven's Gate, right?
Wait a minute, are there Heaven's Gate movies? Are there people that think that they made it?
Oh no!
Heaven's Gate in 9/11?
No, I mean themselves were like conspiracy theorists, and the fact that the sense that they were doing what they were doing because they believed that they were going to be, saved or whatever. I don't know. Xenu was going to get them. I don't know what they're doing. Probably Scientology is probably the biggest conspiracy theory, right? But
Oh, cult. Yeah, cult.
It's a cult. Yeah, most cults. There's a wealth of things here that we could talk about with conspiracy theories. Should we go down the rabbit hole, guys? Peel,
Well, I don't
peel.
think we need.
Stop peeling.
Let's peel this rabbit holes, layers like an onion, full of holes. An onion
You've
with
been-
Swiss cheese.
Pat, you've been down a rabbit hole before. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been down. Most of them are conspiracy theories having to do with the world of Warhammer.
I meant a real
40K.
rabbit hole. 'Cause
Oh,
you know
yeah.
that a hole in the ground that rabbit's going to. Lots of layers.
There's layers, there's holes, there's, you got to do your own research when you fall down a rabbit hole, and that's what's important, guys. So you got to do your own research here. And the ice walls are there for a reason. All right. I believe in flat Earth, but I don't think we should be expanding beyond the territories that they've given to us. Okay. So I'll just tell people I'm not only flat Earth, I'm also a flat mooner. Yeah, have you guys ever considered that the moon only faces one side? We only see one side of the moon. Why is that? Two-dimensional object, just hanging out, looking right at us. We only see one side. So,
we never see Neil Armstrong go to the other side.
that's right.
What are the odds?
That's,
Yeah. If the Earth wasn't flat, what happened to Amelia Earhart? Think about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think, Nate?
I think
You
we've
big
got
on
it.
conspiracy theories?
I think we've got
you
it.
got it.
I think we've got it.
All right. Well, that's good to hear because I'm glad that the whole world can know my previous self, and I'm embarrassed. But you know what? It's all in the name of making hits, and I think we got one. You don't have too many hits about conspiracy theories. The Day the Music Died, American Pie. That's a conspiracy theory, right?
Yeah.
Sure. That's about the only one I can think of, though.
yeah, they all got in that plane, and then the FBI took them down for a reason. They were, they were sparking a revolution, man. People were singing, playing rock and roll. People were moving their hips all of a sudden. There's too many hits out there. This was a hit conspiracy, right? The Day the Music Died, right? Biggest conspiracy out there, boys.
Yeah. I hear music every day. I don't know what they're talking about the day the music died. Call me old-fashioned. But music is still alive in my heart.
Too many hits for one plane. Took it right down.
Speaking of hits, let's take a break, and I think Nate will come back with a fully fleshed out hit. What do you say, Nate?
I think we're ready for it.
All right. Well, we'll come back after this. And we are back. It's been a little bit of time, but Nate has assured us that he's put together a fantastic song with zero technical difficulties. Isn't that right, Nate?
Zero technical difficulties. I didn't lose my last years of work or anything. Nothing got lost. Everything's fine, people. Cool down. Listen, if I owe you a project, I'll get to it. I'll do it in the afternoon. I just haven't been feeling too great. We'll figure it out. You're not getting your money back.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of ATO days coming up for Mr. Nasty Nathan Sharp, but we'll talk to HR about that.
What can he do? My God, he's got a million side hustles. This Nasty Nathan Sharp. It's great.
Yeah, he's the most talented person that I know.
Listen, we're millennials here, you know? We all do our things on the side. Listen, we all got the feet pics headed out on the OnlyFans. We have the TikTok to promote the feet pics. It's a cycle.
Oh, yeah.
It's called cyclical marketing. We're working in a cyclical business. We want to keep people in the circle like a snake eating its own tail.
You also have
Burroughs, yeah.
Yeah, I love Earl Burroughs. He's my favorite actor. You also have
Earl Burroughs.
you also have your popping videos that your OnlyFans that you put up there too for your patrons. Don't forget about that. That's a good money earner. People are weirdly into that.
We're back to this.
Well, it's what people want, right? Why do we love hits, guys?
Because we love money.
Money. That's right. That's right. So why does Nasty Nathan Sharp post popping videos?
I do it for the cash, people.
Oh, yeah. That actually makes it hotter, I think. Are people... I hope they're not. Anyway.
Well, we have the TikTok to promote the other stuff, but then I've also, I don't know if you guys have been doing this, but I've actually set up a Bumble account to promote our TikTok.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I just swipe right at everything. Maybe I'm swiping the wrong way. Maybe that's why we haven't been getting any traction on that.
Yeah. Hard to date a podcast.
Yeah. Tell that to Joel Osteen's podcast. He's probably dating a lot of people.
I had a sordid 2-month affair with This American Life.
You thought it was going to become This American Wife?
Yeah. I really thought that it was the one. But like all relationships, it ended up growing stale and boring and monotone and bland.
Yeah. Your zero affect really gets to you.
Yeah, we need
and the vocal fry.
We need vocal fry.
We need less vocal fry, but we definitely need excitement and tragedy and triumph and post-coital clarity.
Well, speaking of triumph, we had a lot of triumph and things that we talked about before the break. Just a quick review in case you guys got lost in the ad read there. Talked about some gravy. Pat likes gravy. I remember that. So we talked to that. We brought this up that Nate writes a lot of songs about bodily functions, which is I'm excited to see it. So maybe we got one coming up about spit. Maybe one about spit or bile, green bile, black bile.
Earwax.
Find out. Yeah, earwax.
Leakage.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. We'll get there. I mean, they're all bad, right? Yeah. Blood, no good.
Tony.
What's the other one? The other one, also bad. Shine, right?
Shine. And then we talked about embarrassing things. I came out as a 9/11 truther. That was weird. Previous. I'm no longer an 9/11 truther. Previous 9/11 truther.
It's good.
Previously, this is a hit. I was a 9/11 truther. Pat likes Dex Files for a while. Nate liked Dragon Ball Z for a while. And then we're trying to find out what was the most palatable conspiracy theory. So, Nasty Nathan Sharp, I'm on the edge of my seat. It's a real tiny chair. So the edge is real small, but I'm on the edge of it. I want to know, what did you make for us?
Hello, listen, people. I hope you can hear me. We had to re-record this because my computer died. Why did my computer die? Because I sin. Do you sin, people?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Satisfy curiosity. Been through it all, good gravy. Warhammer 2 and Dragon Ball Z. Dig a little deeper, way past 3. Gearing up to see some documentaries. This one's a ticket, they see the signs. No need for books, they read between the lines. to spend a Friday night. I have dilated pupils, endless sight. Wish I had mirrors in all degrees. Now that I know they're watching me. Comfort helicopters, smart meters. They even got to Goku and Vegeta. The world is faster, a shock to my spine. Why did I have to go reading between the lines? Reading between the lines. Hillbilly Dobos, undersized rolls. Percy Jackson at the grassy knoll. John was the dead Beatle all along. There's a people who wrote this song. Tupac is walking alive today. Santa Claus is really CIA. Living my life on the Truth Patrol. Percy Jackson at the grassy knoll. I know an NSA agent by the way they pee. I'm watching them while they're watching me. 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 John Lovitz wrote Dangerous Minds. He could star in High School High. High School High.
Mole people.
Read between the lines.
Flat sun.
Read between the lines.
Epstein started 311.
Read between the lines.
Flat Mars.
Read between the lines.
Earth is a cylinder.
Read between the lines.
Hillary Clinton actually likes cheese pizza. It's a problem, guys.
Read between the lines. Read between the lines. Read between the lines.
Porno.
Yeah.
That is your catchiest song that you've made.
That you heard the version of it. It's supposed to be way more Devo-y, which is
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Oh, I can hear that, and I agree. I was humming along. I mean, you had to throw it together, but it was having that repetition that the listener gets to repeat back to you is how you make hits. That's great.
It was fantastic, and you were like calling, responding to yourself, and that's so good. That was like Huey Lewis in the News meets Devo. It was cool, man.
Think about how smart that group would be if it was Huey Lewis in the News meets Devo. All those guys are real smart.
Dude,
I think Huey and the Lewis and the News are secretly real dumb. You ever thought that like they can like just do music really well, but there's like you ever wonder?
I mean,
They might just
I've always,
be real dumb, like power of dumb.
I've never
Power
watched
of love,
too many interviews. Yeah, right. I mean, he always just seems Huey Lewis always just seemed like a nice neighbor that somehow got famous to me. Like he just looked like a guy from down the street that like was like the power of love, and someone was like, "Hey, that's pretty good," and then like he just rode that all the way to the top. Dude, I love that. I'm saying it right now. I'm cut the bullshit. It's a hit. It's fantastic.
So I don't get to vote. So it's just like normal elections. Got it.
Sorry, we can talk about more, but
I'm actually recording this from jail. I don't know if the listeners know. That's why I can't vote. Yeah, no, I really like. That's something that I'm surprised we haven't, or that Nate hasn't incorporated yet, is the call and response, because that is the sign of a hit when you know. Like, Pat? What are some songs with calls and response? You name your 5 favorites, and I'll Google while you're doing that.
Well, I would say there's that one part in in Counting Crows. What's their hit?
Long December.
Oh,
Mr.
it's
Jones,
not that
Mr.
one.
Jones and
Mr. Jones, yeah. In Mr. Jones, where there's that weird part where there's like in the first chorus or in the first verse, there's a weird part where he stops singing, and then there's a pause, and he goes, "Yeah," and everybody does it on the wrong beat. Yeah, yeah, like that part, and everyone does it too early. That's the best example of call and response I can think of.
I mean, there's also, it's not repetitious, but there's also like in Hey Ya, one of the best hits that's ever existed.
Sure, yeah.
Ladies,
yeah.
That's some, but yeah, it's not too repetitive. But yeah, if those 2 examples are an indication, I think you got the recipe for a hit.
Man,
what else did we? Let's talk about the content a little bit. How about that?
Yeah.
I wrote down Friday Night, Good Gravy, Percy Jackson and the Grassy Knoll. I thought was good stuff.
Way to make that palatable. Made that joke palatable. That's great. Well done.
Yeah. I also got the impression that the person singing the song did some. I wrote down here regretful research, like.
Yeah,
and that's how I felt after our discussion earlier, is that I did some research, now I regret it. Knowledge is power, but knowledge is also regret.
Did you ever feel like you were in too deep? Like, did you feel like they were watching you, like they were coming for you, like that Mel Gibson movie?
Yeah, Apocalypto, yeah.
Well, there's Apocalypto, and then there's one called Conspiracy Theory, which is where he's like a bullshit conspiracy theory
with
guy. And
Patrick Stewart's in it too, right?
Patrick Stewart, Julia Roberts, star-studded cast. That movie did not know what it wants to be, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
it's like half rom-com, half action thriller.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
That movie was like, I think it's 25 years old now, that movie. And that movie was like way ahead of its time, because like, think about how well, like, okay, maybe not ahead of its time, because if something like that came out now, it would just be like immediately politicized. But back then it was just like, oh, Mel Gibson's doing another slightly dark
action
comedy.
Movie.
Yeah, like dark comedy action movie type thing. And he did a handful of those, and Lethal Weapon would be on there, and
What Women Want.
Not about that. Payback was, I'd say, would be one that was like, that one was a little bit darker though, because
what a great movie.
Broke and stuff. Yeah, I like that one.
Payback is amazing.
Payback. Oh, I thought you said K-Pax earlier, and then now I'm hearing you say Payback. I'm like, that's again Kevin Spacey.
Man, K-Pax. Well, let's keep moving.
Yeah. We don't need to dwell there. But yeah, so the regretful research, I thought was good. But it kind of is like the Mel Gibson in Conspiracy Theory of I'm sorry that I read between the lines. This was not a good idea. I know too much. They're tracking my ISP.
Well, what's great is that you made a character, and as the speaker of the song, descends into madness, the song crescendos. It works on a lot of levels, man. You're doing a really good job. And also, like, this idea that, like, you portray, like, he says gravy, he says Warhammer, he says DBZ. Like, you paint a fucking picture of this, like, fat nerd that goes off from like getting into like, you know, being super driven and reading up on lore and like just falling off the deep end and doing the same thing into conspiracy theory. And I think it's actually like kind of a common thing that happens now. So like, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool because I think, you know why I think this is cool, Nate?
Because we're all living
it's
it.
you.
I'm living this every night.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a demographic that would identify with this song, and you know what that means?
Fucking money.
We can exploit these people and then
exploit 'em.
get their money. This is
Pat,
awesome.
who do you envision playing this character once we adapt this song into a movie, of course?
Well, if he wasn't dead, Philip Seymour Hoffman, I think he could do a very good pasty, kind of like, you know, elder nerd that just kind of loses his mind and gets, you know, it's obviously it's a tragedy, and you can't find anyone better for a tragedy than Philip Seymour Hoffman. He just knows how to bring the sad, as I've discussed in the past.
Yeah, Pat, we're not making this movie 10 years ago, though. We're making it now. You're wasting my time here.
Who's Philip Seymour Hoffman? Is it
Jack Black,
Jonah Hill?
Yeah, Jonah. It could be Jonah Hill. Yeah, but does he have to be fat? Well, let's do Mel Gibson again. That'd be good. He needs a break.
I mean, that guy's
That's
living
true.
this though. He's living a weird conspiracy life.
Yeah.
So we don't need to do that.
Oh, who's the main celebrity in all the conspiracy theories though? Kanye.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we do Kanye. Oh man, what if we came across a producer who's like, I'll make this movie, you get $20 million, but the part has to be female.
Yeah, we do it.
Who do you pick?
Then I pick who's the lady in that was in that 70s show, The Mom? I pick her.
Oh yeah, she was just in wait, what? You pick her? You pick her? I just saw her. She was in the WandaVision, right?
Oh, was she in it? I don't know. I'm not watching WandaVision.
Oh, okay. She was in first episode of that, I think.
I'm just, you know, let's let her stretch. I mean, she plays the mom. You know, I've seen it.
Oh, the mom of this person, and you know, who's the. Oh yeah, I guess that's right. We have a lot of, you know, older conservative women who are getting on those conspiracy sites.
Correct.
That could be her. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I
Karen,
didn't think
dude.
you're going that way. Yeah, I was just thinking like ScarJo. If we just had to have a woman play, and it's just like let's go with the biggest name we can get.
She's hot as shit too. You know, that's what everybody wants to see. We're all about the money. We're all about the hits.
Yeah. You're not making a hit with Deborah Jo Rupp. You're making it with Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Well, you know, it depends.
I think this is going to be the next big thing. We need
what do you
more-
envision?
Listen, it's been since really the Death Wish age. We're running out. Well, actually, there was that Rambo movie too. We need more youthful movies with elderly protagonists. I'm
killing youth. Right?
think you're onto something. What's killing youth? What do you mean?
You mean like Betty White? Betty White just killing young, you know,
I mean,
years.
If you're going to go down the, you know, Charles Bronson route. Yeah, if you're going down the Death Wish route, it's all about like an old person being like, get off my lawn, and then just like murdering a bunch of people.
He spends that whole movie picking fights, and then when someone comes at him, he shoots them, and then he shoots their friend in the back while they're running. That's the whole movie.
Yeah. And he's made like 7 of them.
Story. Imagine if there was just a murderer walking around and he's like, I'm gonna pick a fight with you, and then when you're like, hey guy, what's your problem? He just shoots you? It's crazy.
Yeah. I think, entire state of Texas like watched those Charles Bronson movies and were like, let's make this idea a state. Huh? Isn't this cool?
Sounds more like a Florida thing.
That's also true. Yeah.
It's the worst fucking movie. I'll stand by it. Fuck you, Death Wish.
I'll stand bush it.
Fight me about it.
The weird thing is how much you love the new Death Wish with
Kevin Bacon,
Bruce
right?
Willis.
Oh, was that Bruce Willis? It was
Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
they made
Kevin Bacon
New
did
Death
that.
Wish?
He just did a remake that was kind of garbage. But then, yeah, Kevin Bacon did one. It was Death Sentence. That's the one I'm thinking of. It was like, but his was more, I think, daughter family was killed, and he just like had to get back against the gangsters who did that.
No reason in particular in this this Kevin Bacon movie. Does he get nude?
I think there's a cut of the movie that's just the nude. He's just nude the whole time.
Oh yeah, is that on Blu-ray? Is it it's what was this movie called?
I'm trying to think of a heat map penis related pun for Death Wish, but I can't think of one.
It's all right. I'll do my own research, as Nate says. I'll read between the lines here.
Yeah.
Nate.
Yeah, good stuff, Nate. Let's
great.
make sure we don't lose sight of that. We're getting a little off topic, but let's take it back to you, the headliner.
I'm glad you.
We haven't forgotten about you. You're still here.
I'm glad you enjoyed, because to be honest, this was dangerously close to being low effort.
This was awesome.
Powerfully low effort. So
You did a great job. Is there anything you want to talk about that we missed?
All right, what I want to talk to you about is full disclosure, I'm just going to re-record the fake version of this, the quick version, and then I want to talk to what I want to talk to you about is the production of this song is an open book. So I'd originally done it with synthesizers instead of that piano there, and then it was just playing, the wah wah fuzzy guitar or whatever. You just play nonsense, and then it's just read between the lines, and you just read between the lines, say some stuff.
That's what I got. Yeah.
Drip off some conspiracy theories. So the arrangement is an open book. So if you were to arrange this song, what would you like to see? You, the esteemed what do you call it? You're a vector. You're a vector of popular opinion, and more importantly, a funnel of money.
Yeah, that's
Vectors of pop, funnels of money. Got it.
Yeah. What are you asking me, Nate?
What instruments do we put in there? What instruments do we slap in there, Butch?
Okay, well, if you want to go with the Devo route, right, then you want more synth. And if you want to go with the Huey Lewis and the News, then you want to go more classic rock. Now, it might have been because you're just playing this on a regular piano, but that is kind of like the intersection I got. Is that what you were going for, or did you want to go more Devo than that?
Much more Devo. Here's how it originally sounds. Let's see here. Let's run this through. It's sort of more like,
you just want to go heavy synth. Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
Oh man, that's definitely Huey Lewis in the News. I like that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe some probably guitar solo in there too, right? He likes those. Oh, and some doo-wop backup singers.
Okay, well, that's some doo-wop there. I have a question. So I'm a one song per band man. And so when I think of Huey Lewis in the News, I think of that song that's exactly like Ghostbusters. That's like less good than Ghostbusters.
That's not the power of love, is it?
That's it. I want to be your drug.
I want a new drug.
Ooh,
and then won't make me sick.
Yeah.
Well, then won't make me won't make me crash my car. Make me feel 3 feet thick. Yeah, that one. I can do the whole thing, I think, right? Well, make me nervous. Don't know what to do. One that makes me feel like I feel I'm with you. And scene.
It's great.
Thanks. Thank you.
Hey, Max. It's a hit.
That's a hit.
It is a hit. Yeah.
That's power.
Man, speaking of hit, have you seen those album covers? They're just like them and a bunch of newspapers with like their heads poking through. Pretty creepy.
It's pretty weird.
Google it later, guys.
The lines.
Yeah.
Man. Great.
Yeah. Is this all off air right now? Just because you said you're asking for arrangement tips, or?
Oh, I put that on air. I don't care.
Oh boy.
We'll be fine.
I've been
We got you
nude this
singing,
whole
baby.
time. Oh boy,
All right.
damn it!
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll add in that stuff. Listen, I might even listen to "The Power of Love" by Hugh. So I know two people listen to new songs. That's true, and I've heard it's hip to be square, but I don't remember how it goes.
Yeah.
So I've violated
Well, what else we
one
got?
song per band principle, which is one of the
Heart of
most
Rock and Roll
important
still
things that I
beating.
hold dear.
That's one. Is this it?
Well, I don't know too much about. I only know his hits. I'm not going to pretend like I know. You know, like I know there's some people that really get into him, but I'm just not one of those people.
One of our
gotta be-
friends
Keep
definitely
yourself
gets into
pure
them.
of soul. Everyone, I cannot stress how much I recommend one song per band. Let
Okay.
it lie.
All right.
You've heard the good one.
Yeah.
What about all these people listening to you? Like, are they going to do that with Nathan Sharp's
No,
songs?
pick one.
Yeah.
Remember one. Remember the good one.
they'll hear
Tony.
Tony and then
he's
they'll
good.
quit.
And then they'll
Yeah.
forget about the 100 bad. You know, they'll just remember that hit once it comes.
Keep on rolling, Johnny. Is a pretty good one though.
Yeah, and it'll be forgotten because there's one better coming. Huh?
Can't wait.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All
I think that's probably a good time to close it out for the week. We want to make sure that everyone at home goes to our various social media sites. Right. We got the Twitter site. Is it a hit one? Is our handle? We got the YouTube page. Pat, what's that?
Oh, the YouTube page. It is. I think if you just look up "Is it a hit?" ? It should bring you up with our YouTube page. What I've done there is I'm putting our. It's about a week or 2 weeks after we put our stuff on Podbean. Then it'll be uploaded full episodes onto YouTube. Additionally, I've made some quick clips if you want to check those out, and they're in there too. So those will release throughout the week. Typically, I release episodes on Monday, and if you just look up "Is it a hit?" ? It should bring you up.
Fantastic. We also have our podcast voicemail. I think what we want to do with this is use this as a possibility for more material in the future. Not that we, obviously we're doing pretty well here. Or if it's a chance for people to connect more directly with us, if they have questions for us, if we miss something, we always love being actually. For example, hey Pat, I that Miss New Booty song. Are you sure that's Ludacris? I tried to Google it and I just kept getting Bubba Sparks. Is it the same song?
Oh no! Is that a Bubba Sparks song?
See,
Have I been saying this wrong the whole time? Is that
so
true? Have I been misremembering this the whole time?
and I don't even think Ludacris was featured on it. There's a couple people featured on it, but I'm telling you, this is just what I got from a quick Google. I didn't listen to it because I was busy. So it could be wrong, but we would know if we were wrong if we got actually by our loyal fans.
Come
so
at
that
us,
number-
guys.
Yeah, that number
Wrong a
for our
lot.
The number for our voicemail, if we haven't already said it on this podcast already, is 707-780-2HIT. That's 707-780-2448. But I want to hear from our loyal fans, our hitsters out there. Huh? You like that name? I just thought of it.
Hitsters?
Hitsters, yeah.
Hipsters.
That's okay. That's not bad. Sounds like hipsters, and I see it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
I'm
but it's
planning on
not.
putting no new effort into it, so hitsters they are.
It's hitsters.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
It's perfect. So you contact us with on social media those ways or on voicemail. I think that's a form of social media. And we look forward to hearing from everyone. Guys, we got anything else before we wrap it up?
All done, fella.
Fella. All right, and we're back with our first voicemail ever. Really excited about this, guys. So let's hear what this loyal listener has to say.
Load her up.
Load her up.
Hi, first time caller, long time listener. Song this week, real bad. I've been listening to your podcast for for a while now. And, it's, it makes me laugh. But I think you guys, what I'd really like to see out of the next episode is, there's always that one hit in the summer, and it's a good hit first few times you hear it, and then you keep hearing it, and then by the end of the summer you hate it. And I figure if Kid Rock can just do it, you guys can do it. All he did was just like amalgamate nostalgia from a lot of bad 80s songs, and that's basically what you guys do already. So I really look forward to the big summertime hit you guys are going to make for us, and I'll take my comments off the air. Bye.
First of all, just want to say thank you, caller, for calling in. First voicemail ever. Good stuff. Second of all, we really got to screen these voicemails, guys. We don't want to hear what he has to say. We already have our fingers on the pulse of the people. Isn't that right, guys?
Yeah. There's a reason that we're here and you're there, okay? That's how I feel, right? Like, we are A and R men, right? A stands for Max and R stands for Pat, right? And we're here to help Nasty Nathan Sharp through this, right? He came to us, okay? Now, that being said, I agreed with everything he said. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like the part when you said I laughed, but I didn't like the part when you said the song wasn't a hit, because it was a hit. Wasn't it?
Well,
yeah, it was a hit.
It's a hit.
Maybe.
I think he was talking about Shine, which was not a hit.
Oh, that's right. Shine was not a hit. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy knows what he's talking about.
He's brilliant, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Next, should we do the
Next.
All right.
I would say that, we could skip, if we want to make a summertime hit with Nate, I think that's a fun idea. But I say we skip that part where it starts good and then eventually gets bad. Let's just skip the first part and just start with bad.
Bad all the time. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get that next voicemail. I hope it's a different caller with a different point of view.
Hey guys, big fan. Just calling again. Been listening to the podcast pretty much on repeat over and over again. And, I gotta say, Tony, probably the best song. Most of the other ones, pretty much trash. Death Race 1989, amazing. Amazing song. I really hope you guys make a music video for it. Anyways, keep up the great work, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Well, this guy has a little bit too much free time on his hands, huh?
Yeah. But, I mean, he did you guys notice that he said Tony is the best song? And then hard stop. He didn't say best song on the podcast.
Ever.
He just said best song.
Yeah.
That's forwards and backwards in time. That's how good that song is.
Yeah, the best song that ever has or will exist.
Right. And you know what? I agree with it.
Yeah,
I think he's right.
That's a good
he's
one.
He's right
man.
again.
Do what I agree with in this esteemed, mysterious gentleman. Number one.
What do you agree with?
Well, here's what I don't agree with. If we come out with a hot summer blockbuster hit, it will be wholly unrelated to your suggestion to make a hot summer blockbuster hit. Do you know why, Pat and Max?
Because he doesn't get any of the money.
Right, because you two are taking all my residuals already. Next. What I like about him is he wants to dig deeper into this lore of racing trucks and peeing in bottles. Good living. And I respect this man. All right, next voicemail.
Next voicemail.
Ugh.
Hey, long-time listener, third-time caller. Just was re-listening to Blood. Gotta say, I think it's pure trash. That song only works if it's like in a Romanian nightclub or something, or it's like a weird music video where Nate is dressed like a vampire, like playing the piano, and it like goes into a weird like techno breakdown. Anyways, just want to let you know. Keep up the good work. Bye.
So I think what the caller is doing there is he's providing us with some vertical integration. We need to buy a Romanian nightclub.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: this guy's coming out with better jokes than I have. So you should kick me off the show and replace me, because that was great. Romanian nightclub. That is what it sounds like. And it's just like a scary, desperate place, and that's the only place that song would fit. That's fantastic. Good dig. Solid dig. You feel dug?
Love the digs. Next voicemail.
We got one more, right? And I hope it's not the same person.
What is up with this show's format? It's total BS. All you do is talk and then go straight to commercial. And when you do play tunes, they're garbage. Uncle Cracker? Peter Gabriel? Creed? What is that? Is that a joke? It's total crap. That's not rockin'. On the rare times you play something good, like Tony, you can't find the tunage anywhere. When I'm fixing to hear about that strip club DJ, it's nowhere to be found. Get it up there on the YouTube immediately. What? Are you afraid to play? Are you afraid to play some Iron Maiden? Maybe some Metallica? Give me some Ronnie James Dio. Start rocking now.
Gotta say, love the passion.
Wow.
I'm glad the fandom is really heating up across the airwaves.
Yeah. That guy sounded hot. He sounded heated.
He sounded like he wanted some Canadiana.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't mention any Rush.
He sounded mad. I mean, that's probably another one of those guys that's just out to get you, Nasty Nathan Sharp. Another one of those people that I have to interact with more and more on a daily basis, being on a podcast with you. We've said it before, crazed fans, dangerous, crazed fans. And it's a tough spot to be in, because my life is in danger daily because of these songs. And Nate, if you don't start making hits, we might be dead meat.
Listen,
that's
it's all going to be okay, Pat. Do you know why? Because
Why?
I think we can come up with the kind of hot Canadian summer hits that these people crave.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really give any room for error there. He said start rocking now.
Right now.
And he did not split hairs. There was no subtlety or nuance to the thing at all. It was very direct, and I would say frightening. So I feel commanded to do what he said. I fear for my life, and not just because I spend a lot of time with Nasty Nathan Sharp. It's other people now. So what are we going to do about this, Nate?
Gonna make some hits.
We're going to make some hits. And then do you know what we're going to do, Pat? Roll around.
Feel safe.
In beds of money. Safe
as...
safe as a bed of money can be. Maybe it's a bed of money surrounded by a fort of also money.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we're rolling in the money, I'm down to clown.
So I was watching Tales from the Tour Bus, and they say in that, I was watching the Johnny Paycheck episode, mostly because Swamp Dogg is featured in the Johnny Paycheck episode, and I love Swamp Dogg. And they mentioned Johnny Paycheck snorting $17 million worth of cocaine. The Take This Job and Shove It guy had enough money to snort 80s money cocaine, $17 million worth.
That guy sounds way cool.
Very. The more you learn about him. So, in the program, they make him sound nice, but it goes beyond shooting the one guy in the forehead in terms of the questionable things that Johnny Paycheck has done. That's sort of like the highlight of a laundry list that actually in some cases gets worse. So,
man, I love the idea of you finally getting a hit and it just ruining your life like some kind of Greek tragedy. That's got to be the conclusion of this saga. Is like if you ever come into money, it just like ruins your life. I can't wait, man. And I'm gonna there's gonna be a point right before the end where it's like right before you like either die or get killed or kill yourself. I'm gonna be like knocking on your door and I'm gonna be like Nasty Nathan Sharp. These people love you. Don't you understand? And I'm just like banging on the door, like if you don't open this door, I'm gone for good. And you're gonna be on the other side, like crying and like going from like very sad to very angry to laughing,
ripping sinks off the wall.
Yeah, and ripping whippets too. And you're just gonna be going crazy. And then I'm gonna leave forever, and the sad music's gonna play on a long shot of my car as I leave.
Yeah. Can we just turn that into a regular music video of like a happy song of a hot summer hit? Make a music video
guys, we don't want to waste all the material on the voicemail reads. We'll talk about this in the podcast this week. Right?
And we are in the podcast this week.
Yeah. Just a reminder to the listeners, voicemail is 707-780-2448, 707-780-2HIT. All right. Please keep calling in, and we will talk to you again next week. Bye.
Bye.